guaranteed profits, unregulated, pressure tactics. Guaranteed profits, unregulated, and pressure tactics. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is MJ Givens Hasi, your mentor, your coach, and your president. You know what it is that time again where you have to press that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you can be notified when we drop another episode like this. I also want to take this time to thank Okta for sponsoring this video. All right, let's get to it. So the first thing I mentioned was guaranteed profits. The second one I also mentioned was unregulated, and the last one was pressure tactics. What if I told you that these are some of the red flags that the FSCA has issued out an article and a warning to say these are the red flags that people and scammers always use, to scam people into falling for their scams, right? So they will always be regulated, unregulated for that matter, and they will always pressurize you to make an effort to make a deposit now, or to make a purchase now. And the other thing that they will normally do is to guarantee you profits, to say that, look, if you put money here, within a week you'll get this much, and within a month you'll get this much, right? Maybe you might be asking, President, what does this have to do with trading psychology? Well, it has to do with what I'm about to say today. Many a times we find ourselves as traders finding ourselves scamming ourselves in our trading journey, and we are not even aware, right? If you look at this whole thing, if you're going to look at guaranteed profits, how many times have you ever set a target for yourself to say, today I need to make $50? And you find that once you make that $50, you try again, you say, if I could make 50, I can make another 50, and you want to double it, right? Double or nothing, right? And you find yourself losing all the money in one day or in one trade, right? And when I'm going to speak about pressure tactics is because, look, we pressurize ourselves sometimes because we have certain components in life, expenses in life that we have to cover for. So you are normally pressurized. And I always say to you, pressure sometimes makes decisions on behalf of people, right? Which is not a good thing. And when I talk about unregulated, look, you as an individual, you can be unregulated when you don't follow the rules in which you have set, right? So meaning to say you are going against your own rules that you have set for yourself, right? If you look at all these three things that I just mentioned now, and you look at the way you behave towards the chart, you would find that you are more or less a same scammer to yourself. You are scamming your own self. You are scamming your own business, and you are not even aware that you are a danger to your own business, right? Because the business has to do with you. I mean, if it's a trading account and it's your name written there, that means it's you who make decisions. You remember, when you open a trading account, you are the CEO, you are the managing director, you are the HR, you are finance, you are all these things, right? One man, right? So you would find that you are the biggest enemy to yourself. And this is what I want to cover today, just to ensure that you avoid these mistakes, right? Scammers usually use emotional blackmail, right? So that they can catch you, to say, if you don't do it now, right? And this is what I mean when I said pressure tactics, right? Scammers usually do this. If you don't do it now, this is the last sale of the year, you need to sign up now, right? They pressurize you to do something. Don't you think that at times you as a trader, you have pressurized yourself to such an extent that you look at what is happening around you and pressurize yourself that, look, I need to show off that I can do this thing. I need to make sure that this month I need to make this much so that I prove that I can do these things. Don't you think you have done that to yourself? Don't you think that that is also part of scamming to yourself? I hope I'm making sense to you. That you normally, it's a pressure tactic. Every now and then you just want to do something. You just want to see your account grow. Listen, if you are willing to let your account grow, you must also be willing to let your account lose money. If always in your head you want to just make money and you don't want to lose money, then unfortunately I'm here to tell you that you are not ready as a trader, because this game is a game of give and take. You win some, you lose some. You take some, they take some from you. But I always say, if they take some from you, let them take a little, as little as possible, right? And when you take from the market, take as much as possible, right? When I started trading, there were not so many options out there when it comes to brokers. Well, as a full-time trader, speaker, as well as a streamer on YouTube, I come across different traders all over the world. And the ultimate question they always ask me is, MJ, which broker do you use and why? My answer is always simple to them. I use Okta because of the Okta's ecosystem gives and offers everything a trader needs. Not only do they provide fast withdrawals to seamless integrations, you have a community that is always out there for you. As a trader, remember, you don't need disruptions. All you need to focus on is on your trading journey. Also, there's a hype in crypto right now. There's a volatile market that is coming in the crypto community and in the crypto space, and people want to take advantage of the volatile market that we see currently. Look, you don't have to look no further. Okta is here to provide that for you. There are a lot of crypto assets and cryptocurrencies that you can trade. Just have a look at the list that Okta offers here. So many that you can look at and you can take advantage of. Not so many brokers offer so many cryptocurrencies that you can trade. Not only did Okta provide fair trading conditions for me, but they've also helped me grow as a trader, and I know they can do that for you too. Why don't you sign up today? Use the link down below, sign up and fund your account, and if you need 100% bonus, use this promo code trade with MJ and you will receive your 100% bonus on your deposit. See you on the other side. Cheers. So if you are in a point where you feel like you are a sabotage, I'll tell you an example about myself. I was a scammer to myself, right? Because what used to happen with me is that, like these three things that the FSC has issued out: guaranteed profits, unregulated, as well as pressure tactic. I used to want this thing that, okay, every day I must make this much. So I didn't even have respect on what the market could be potentially throwing at me, right? And the dangers of always putting a target, which is, look, it's all up to you. I'm just talking about myself, how it never worked out that way. Is that I always wanted a guaranteed profit every day. Like today I have to make $50 because I was calculating 50, 50, 50. Then I know I have this much. Okay, I can cover groceries there, and then I can cover this with this money and whatnot. And that's why I used to make a lot of mistakes, because it was that thing that guaranteed profits. I'm in this business to make profits. Yes, we are all in this business to make profits, but we have to make profits in the right way. Not just rocking up and say, today definitely I need to make money. It doesn't work like that. You're going to be the worst enemy to yourself, right? So I used to do that, and that's when I found myself making a lot of mistakes, and that's when I found myself losing money unnecessarily, right? So I was actually a scammer and an enemy to myself, right? And when we talk about unregulated, I was not a friend to a trading plan. And every now and then you would hear me talk about writing things down, have a clear trading plan and whatnot, right? Listen, traders of 2025, if you are starting out or you've been trading and you have not been using AI, you are missing out. I'm here to tell you, please have a look at this and have a look at this, right? All of these two things here, these are AIs, right? You're looking at ChatGPT and you're also looking at DeepSeek. DeepSeek has just recently been launched right now. You can put as much prompt as possible, right? You can put any prompt there and it will be assisting you with what you're going to be asking from it. Every time you're always asking me, Mr. President, where should I put my stop loss? Where should I put my TP? These are the things that you can use for your advantage. If you are a fundamental trader, right, you look at news, you like watching news so that you can make decisions after that. Make use of this, right? Make use of AI to speak to it, to say what is trending right now. It's going to give you all the articles that are trending right now at that particular point, right? So you have to use that for your own advantage, right? So trading psychology is all about what you are using and what you are acknowledging around you, right? So you need to acknowledge what can work for you. You also need to acknowledge what can destroy you. And at times we don't want to accept that, look, the enemy here is not the market. The enemy here is me, right? Because the market will do what it has to do, but I also have to do what I have to do. But if I don't honor my own words, my own trading plan, right? If you don't know how to draft a trading plan, right, go on DeepSeek, or go on ChatGPT right now and ask this, put this prompt, how to write a trading plan for a scalper or for a day trader, right? You will get so many suggestions, and that's something that you can work with. All right, every time things don't go right, always refer to your notes written down. All right, because I know some people will say it takes a lot of research. AI right now, unfortunately, some people see it in a way that it's going to destroy the world. Some people say no, it's going to make the world to be a better place. I, for one, I think it has improved my trading. It has reduced my stress levels, because at times I just need to look at many things at once. But by just putting a prompt on the AI, at least I can be assisted with so many things, right? So trading psychology is all about how you handle yourself as an individual, and you also need to understand yourself, right? If you look at my previous video, you always hear me talk about understanding yourself, right? So try to understand yourself before you try to understand the market. All right, understand yourself first. What kind of a person are you? What makes you strong? What makes you weak? What do you need around you? I, for myself, I know that when I'm in a trade and I'm on a drawdown, right, I don't want a lot of people around me. That is just me. So I avoid being around people, right? Because that is the time I want to reflect on my mistake. Okay, fine, what happened with this trade, right? And you would find yourself not having confidence, especially when you've lost many trades. You don't have this confidence, and this usually happens for me. I mean, I took a trade that I lost, and after that I wanted to take another trade, and I came out on break even because the news were going to be released, right? So the one I took, unfortunately I lost it, and the one I didn't take, unfortunately it went my way. You understand what it's doing psychologically? It's messing you up, but you just need to challenge yourself. Be strong mentally. You just have to be strong. You really have to be strong, because if you're not strong mentally, you cannot handle this game. You really cannot handle. It's a mental game. It's a mental game. Some of you, maybe you have you don't have a good memory of remembering things, right? So if you don't have a memory of remembering things, write down, so that, or take pictures, right? If you see a trade and you see a setup and you're like, every now and then I see this setup, I always encourage you that take a picture of it, go make a copy, have a file where every time you see it, you can always go through your file to check, to figure out if this thing has played out. Because market is a repetition, right? It's always repeating itself, always giving you a certain pattern every now and then, right? So do that for yourself. If you've got a photographic memory, right, where you see something and you remember it. And for me, I think that's one advantage I have. Once I see something, it's easy for me to remember it, right? So once I see a chart pattern, I will say, I saw this somewhere, right? That's why I can even remember, like, if you ask me, yesterday's trading at what, I can tell you 40 something thousand. Nasdaq is trading at 21,000 something. Gold is trading at 2,700 and something. Euro dollar is trading at $1.02. British pound is trading at $1.23 or something like that, right? So what I'm basically trying to say is that I use that for my own advantage, to know that, okay, I know my price points, right? So I take that information and I put it on ChatGPT, or I put it on DeepSeek to say, I want to buy euro dollar at $1.04, right? But I'm not sure where I can put my stop loss. Believe you me, this thing will communicate with you. All right. So the trading psychology of 20 years ago, it won't be the trading psychology of today, unfortunately, because the people that were trading 20 years ago, they were not using the technology of today. So if you look at something like DeepSeek, right, the AI that has just been released now, it is being created by a hedge fund manager. That is a clear, direct message to say the world of trading is going to be automated in the future.